My name is Tarmack, and this is your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of April 1st, 2017. To be clear, none of the stories here are April Fool's jokes. HTC has been making a sales pitch to developers about a virtual reality ad service which is capable of knowing when a user is actually looking at an ad. Currently, the internet advertising model is largely based on something called impressions, or the number of times an ad is displayed on a page. This works on an assumption about how many people on average will actually look at an ad, and advertisers pay for 1,000 impressions at a time for the most part. But what if you could only pay for the ads that you know people watched or looked at? This is Google white whale of advertising territory. The new service is only available on Vive port apps for the moment, but you can be damn sure this is going to be a stock standard application feature in Oculus headsets at some point as well. And won't it be great when all of your Facebook friends get notifications that you totally looked at their passive-aggressive cry for attention and didn't respond? Give it time, man. This stuff is going to be in everything. Some days I hate being right. Continuing the news regarding the delisting from the New York Stock Exchange last week of Catz, makers of controllers that are okay to throw, the company has now filed for bankruptcy. The board of directors resigned effective March 30th, and the company's assets have been handed over to PricewaterhouseCoopers. It's still possible that another company could pick up the intellectual property or designs in the inevitable bankruptcy fire sale, but let's be honest, folks, who wants those designs? DICE has come up with a solution to the negative player response to the Premium Pass in Battlefield 1. You see, instead of going with the commonly held wisdom that selling maps is a terrible idea because it splits the player base and harms matchmaking in a significant way, DICE and publisher Electronic Arts decided to go against the grain and sell maps anyways. As expected, players don't particularly like this because those who have the Premium Pass have a tough time finding matches and can't play with their destitute, unemployed friends. Well, DICE is here to save the day with Premium Friends. It's named like an April Fool's joke, but I assure you it's not. The Premium Friends feature will let you bring your poor friends who cannot afford the nominal fee associated with premium maps along for the ride so they can play with you. Now, there are some limitations, so poor people don't get excited just yet. You won't be able to earn experience, use any map or expansion-specific weapons, or earn the unique medals either. But Electronic Arts is there for you. They'll track that progress and give it to you if you pony up the money later. Oddly, I found that online at least, a fair number of folks are defending EA for this barest of paltry offerings. One of EA's core values related to customers is deliver beyond their expectations. Pretty easy to deliver beyond low expectations. The People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals decided to leverage gamers' inability to disregard a nonsensical story about gaming by posting a picture of a physical letter on Facebook directed at Nintendo regarding the 1-2 Switch cow milking minigame. The letter describes a bunch of awful things that it says go on in dairy farming, which all seem plausible enough to me. Amusingly though, much like Nintendo leaving a bunch of the work bits of milking cows out of their game, PETA seems to have left all of the work bits of mailing a letter out of their letter. Generally, you send a letter to the other party, rather than posting it on Facebook hoping they swing by to take a look. But what I find really insensitive is the use of a printed letter that will never be sent for fake internet points. Forestry is an incredibly cruel industry and it has an immense impact on wildlife. And to waste paper, which just supports that horrendous ecosystem and animal-destroying industry when a perfectly good digital medium is available, such as Microsoft Word or OpenOffice if you're not willing to pay for a license, is just irresponsible. And in the final story of the week, as the ire of gamers has died down over Oculus founder Palmer Luckey and his political leanings, it was announced that last week would be his last as an employee of Facebook. Luckey had donated a not insignificant amount of money to a group called Nimble America, which is a group that used, shall we say, untoward methods of online manipulation tactics in support of the now current President of the United States. Luckey vanished shortly thereafter, being dethroned as the poster boy of virtual reality. In fact, given the Bethesda lawsuit situation, some have speculated that Luckey wasn't really the boy genius responsible for Oculus' success at all. Either way, having made more than enough money off of the Oculus sale to Facebook and now having outlived his usefulness to them, Palmer is likely to fade into obscurity, and the chances that his departure was voluntary are about as likely as Blizzard not putting loot boxes in every game they make from now until doomsday. I'm just happy to have one fewer game industry personality around that wears a t-shirt and Blazer combination. Your game releases for the upcoming week are as follows. April 3rd brings the release of Domina, a gladiator management and combat simulator with Twitch integration. You play a slave owner, training and outfitting gladiators for the arena, making money, committing subterfuge, and all manner of pixelated goodness with one of the best indie soundtracks I've heard in recent memory. And it also has the most interesting Twitch integration to date in my view, with chat being able to vote on various in-game choices, though those can be overridden by the streamer, but the slickest voting option allows chat to vote on whether a gladiator lives or dies if defeated. Joaquin Phoenix, eat your heart out. April 4th, Persona 5 is released on the PS3 and PS4. I have not played any Persona games, thus I have no further comment. And on April 5th, Yacht Club Games releases the prequel story, Shovel Knight's Specter of Torment. Shovel Knight has a special place in the hearts of a fair number of gamers. It's a platformer in the vein of the old Metroidvania kinds of games, so hopefully it's good for the fans. For me, yay, another retro platformer. And yeah, it's a slow week for releases. This has been your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of April 1st, 2017. Please follow me at GnomeCast on Twitter to keep up with game news, and Tarmack Gaming on Twitch for the regular Wednesday live stream. The topic this week is going to be the legality and ethics of emulation, so post down below with your comments and questions on that topic. Your comments will help shape the discussion and may even get read during the feedback loop monologue. I'm Tarmack. Thanks for watching.